Figure it out. My name is Bryan. You're in my world. This is also available on Spotify, Apple Podcast for my official backlog. Really, I just podcast to express my multiple personality disorder. Um, seriously, though, you guys. Figure it out. Figuring it out is important. And here in Bryan's world, I try my best to have a crazy, wild, interesting life and turn it into a production. Okay? Work hard, have fun, go with the flow. Don't take it so serious. Life is about the journey and not the destination. Be a yes man. Say yes. I'm gonna yell at this dude driving like a bitch. I did today. I was leaving the mall and this guy was driving so slow. And then he was turning left, making a left that takes forever. And there's 2 lanes, and he's hogging the right lane to turn left. I rolled down my fist. I said, you drive like a bitch. I said, you drive like a bitch. And he started saying, I said, I ain't talking to you. Listen to me. You drive so goddamn slow. Okay, I bet you do the same thing with the girl sitting there next to you, and that you couldn't do any of the things that I'd be able to do to her. And then I sped off. That's what you do. I'm unfiltered, uncensored, unhinged, and keep it outside the box. I have learned from my past mistakes, and I'm full of spiritual wisdom and out-of-pocket comments. I'm trying to funnel out the negativity that is left. I'm too spiritual, and I don't know. I might have to do some things, you guys. I might have to adjust reality to help my brain. And I just gotta remember that I wasn't always like this in the past. And you can sit there and say, oh, I would have been a better person if I would have been this person quicker, easier, had people been better than me. I don't know. Because they would have had to been better all along. And I talked about this on my last episode. The idea that you don't really want things to go too right at all. That's not how you be the best person. You'll have a fatal flaw somewhere. You have to really unmask and really take off the mask. But in order to take off your mask, you gotta get a little bit beat up and fucking tired of the mask. So you take it the fuck off. What's up, Daniel? Happy Tuesday. I didn't know Christmas was coming right up. That's crazy. And tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I thought that I'm a day behind. I've screwed it up. I screwed the pooch. So anyways, yeah, I don't know. Just me trying to be perfect. I guess that's never going to be a thing. I don't know. I just feel as if I'm getting admiration and love and support, which is good, right? And I say that really like from a couple different things. YouTube is one. You guys, this is one of them. TikTok, where I post my shorts, that's another place. The greasy stuff is 3. Other than that, like, you want the tip of the spear, you've got it. But I do have neurodivergent brain, and occasionally I do lose my train of thought. So we have a rewind function on the show. YouTube is one. So I receive admiration also from random people around me and new people. People that I've been partying with and hanging out with. that have good energy and glow and appreciation. People at my work that have continued to elevate my position to new and better roles and provide me with stable employment. I just, I say some stuff on my Instagram and Snapchat. It's the personal, like, way back. It's like the way back people. And then my group of friends, I don't have anything, like, my tight knit group of friends called the crew from high school. Anybody in there, I'm still definitely, like, I don't have beef with anybody. It's outside of that I look back on some of the things and that you wouldn't even have said or even thought anything like that to play with a motherfucker. You wouldn't have played with a motherfucker. I wouldn't have been that guy. I've been the guy in the principal's office for fighting. I'm not. It would be, and I do not hesitate. When it's just, I don't do verbal drama. It's like time, location, MMA gym, safe place. Let's handle this business. I'm perfectly fine with handling business with anyone at any time. Somebody beats my ass, somebody beats my ass. I beat somebody's ass, I beat somebody's ass. I'm not doing no street fight bullshit and getting assault charges and messing up my life like an idiot. Because I don't fight for emotion. I'd fight for fun and entertainment. So I don't want to get in trouble for that. That's something I want to do. Okay? And when you like fighting for entertainment, yeah, if you have drama and someone that wants to fight you, it's a wonderful chance to get to do that, right? But anyways, I don't want to, there's not people I want to like fight. I don't want to fight these people. I mean, maybe a little bit. Some of the stuff is not good. Like, it's not good. And I don't know. I try to be like hey, maybe I was really weird and had it coming or something, but maybe I was really weird because of shit like that, and like just a negative aura and vibe of people that think that they're in the better side of it. And I don't know. I don't think some of these people are like kind of idiots and they don't remember like the bad things that they do to people. And I kind of remember the bad things I do to people because it's really not that bad. Or it's bad. It's like, I don't know. I'm empathetic and I care. So anything that I've done, I do feel bad about. But most of the things I've done bad, anything I've really done bad, I was drunk. So I've actually really never done anything bad. I've never done anything bad. Literally my entire life. Not drunk. Toot, Shroom, Bubba Smoke. Other than spending too much money, I guess. I spent $200 at one point. I was working though. I was kind of in a position where I did save a chunk. And I was at the strip club. I got an hour long thing. But that was kind of as like a revamp. Yeah. Because I had just been focused on my shit for so long. I put zero effort really into dating. I just wasn't in any composition. I don't know. If somebody wasn't going to come in, make it easy for me, and like see me as a hookup and link up, like it or like go steer it that way, then nothing was going to happen. Because I'm not needy. So you get lost, man. You get lost in the sauce, and every once in a while, you know, you can use the things around you, the inches. I talk about that all the time, you guys. I try to get my brain in the right function in the beginning of the show and just do a little 10 minutes off the top, and sometimes that just goes for the whole thing. And I don't want to get down the same exact talking paths when I have things to talk about and be new and fresh. And there we go, breaking the third wall. Gotta break the third wall of your podcast within the first 10 minutes or you're fake ass bitch. All of them. I did want to kind of call out Theo Von. I don't know why that dude is like, oh, you're Theo, you're so The things you've said have helped me get through so much, and I'm going through all these hard times, and like, dude, you could have gotten through those hard times a lot fucking quicker, buddy boy, in Bryan's world. We're talking about expedited, maybe like 1 or 2 episodes, and then versus 600 of Theo Vaughn's. You're getting more spiritual information and knowledge and wisdom to move you forward as a man than he in 600. I don't get that shit from. I listen to a lot of Theo Vaughn. That's not where really much of my wisdom came from. I like the guy, don't get me wrong. I just don't know why that is a community, or like, I don't know. No one's really telling you how to max out shit. You gotta max shit, and it really has to do with the way you think and frame things. I'm finding that really anything can be framed in a certain. Hold on, we have poor stream status error. Guys, gotta max out shit. You gotta max shit, and it really. Yeah, whatever. I think that a lot of stuff takes us away from maxing shit out. But yeah, that's the biggest. Honestly, if you want to max out a single thing, max out your freaking framing in your brain. Like framing thoughts in a certain way. Okay, you know what I mean by framing? Like you have a frame of a picture, okay? And the way you frame the picture can make it look a certain way, or a certain vibe, or a certain energy. Like, here's a picture of my daughter when she was real young there. And I got this for Father's Day. And I was sick on Father's Day. And I asked, I don't want to get into it, but what a fucking... divorce goes both ways, dude. Trust me. Trust me. It goes both. You know, sometimes you don't feel that bad. It's just like, yeah, I can see why that didn't fucking work out. Jesus. Can't handle it when I'm down. You can't have it when I'm up. It's like very simple. I do the same thing for someone else. I'd handle you at your worst in hopes for your best. But you know what? Don't play games. Don't play games. Don't get short-handed in this shit. Because there's a lot of things that is just going to make you feel short-handed. And yeah, for me, that's definitely, from Bryan's world, that's... I don't know. I think part of it's just a bitch. It's bitchy behavior. And I think that the only reason I'm thinking this stuff, so my brain seems to be like affixed with focusing on some negative shit, which is weakness. But that's just been a vibe for so long because there's been enough negative shit that it can be overwhelming, and it just stuck. And to a certain point, a percentage of my day gets stuck in negative bullshit. But I funneled it down. I like that. I usually be beefing about chicks, which I almost think now I'm starting to think is better, that I need to participate in dating and I need to get like annoyed with women a little bit better. And that'll help me a lot because I'm forgetting that it's annoying as shit and lame and stupid. And you think that dating might be fun, but you realize it's never brought you an ounce of happiness in your life. I mean, other than sex. Seriously. And maybe making someone pregnant and having a kid, that was very interesting and spiritual. But it's just once someone lets me down, I'm sorry. All the positive things, I'm just going to have to I'm just going to ignore them to protect myself. Sorry, honey. Alright. Unless your name is Cheyenne, and I love you. If you're watching this, I love you. Please come around to me. Actually, not yet. I'm not ready. Let me build you a beautiful king of Babylon first. And we can be lesbians together. Les. Oh, yeah, dude, I don't know. But that's good, because usually I think about, I don't know, girls that didn't give me a chance is stupid. And they probably should have. Just one hangout would have changed it. A lot of times it's just like, there's bullshit texting you little shit, and they're like scared. And then you finally hang out, and then everything goes great from there. Anytime anyone's actually fucking spent time with me. But it seems like, I don't know what people's problem is on the online. People are cool in the real. Once I start going out there, dude, forget about it. So that's what helped me not think about that shit or worry about that shit. Because I flipped the tables. I completely maxed it out to the complete other way around, where I attract people out in the real world and have options. But also shield myself. And go with what the universe tells me to do. And the universe is kind of telling me to keep my heart open for this last one. So that's what I've been doing. But yeah, I try to funnel out this stuff. So I let myself think about it so that I can kind of get to a conclusion. But I'm just like ready now for the conclusion. It's just when you are physically in an area a lot, it doesn't really, a certain area that makes certain things make you think of it, and perhaps it gets a little updated, the vibe gets a little updated, and you don't like that. Like something ticks it off. But I chose the hard route. And that's why I try to give this self-reflection. I don't even know how to take the easy route anymore. What would I do? Play video games? I'd panic. I like playing video games when I can, but I just feel like I have this system in place that I could be very successful if I continue. And that's where you want to put yourself. But really, though, not even. Like I said, framing the picture. Framing a picture. It's very simple. You can make the picture look different by framing it in a different way. So reframe everything you believe about everything if it makes you feel bad or angry. So I'm trying to reframe this shit in my head, but it's annoying me, and I'm losing time. And I've been losing too much time trying to get my head right. But I have a rigorous physical and mental routine. Oh, what time is it? Is it too late to take shrooms? Yeah. Maybe that's what we need to do. Pop some boomers? No. It says, I love that crazy bitch type to make you a little afraid to sleep in her bed with her. Yeah. Just like, yeah, I don't know if I could sleep in that fucking weird house. Gotta get her out of there. Gotta give herself complete control to daddy. Yeah, going on that subject. I've always thought a two-bed situation is proper. Even perfectly in love situations. Speaking of romance and shit, let's at least talk about something a little more interesting. Even like happy, glowing, forever after marriage, you found your forever person. Golly, that shit's lame, bro. I never like, unless it's the right, like the right animal. I need some kind of creature like me. There many have tried, but no one can pull the sword out of the fucking rock. And I mean, yeah. So I'm talking about two beds. You could have the same bedroom, but and even then, I think you maybe could have your own like room bed that maybe has a bed that, and like maybe you can sleep over sometimes. because that's going to keep things a little bit fresher, you know? Like why I sometimes sweat the bed, and I don't know why, and sometimes I sweat the bed, and it's just a lost sweat. And one time I did it at a girl's house, and I sweat her bed. She'd change the fucking sheets, and then I had to sleep in a sweatshirt when I went over there. And then I didn't sweat, but I was uncomfortable. And her comforter's way too big. These girls have these giant comforters. They want to like hide under something. Like, I just want some shitty blanket that my cat pissed in. Okay, I shower when I go to sleep, shower when I wake up most days. I'm clean. Just a little bit of cat pee. A little bit of cat pee helps knock you out. And it's like a small blanket. I like a small blankie. Because a big blankie makes me feel like a bitch. And I'm that bitch, not a bitch. I'm actually pretty hardcore, you know? But it just never made sense that you'll go, you lie your life in your own bed, and then suddenly I'm supposed to blanket up with some broad, dude? Excuse me? You just telling me I'm supposed to blanket up? I don't want to share in a blanket. Okay? I want to sleep by myself and have my own dreams, and it's spiritual too. You get linked up in their dreams, and you can spy on what they're doing and thinking about, and then you know what's going to happen next, and they're going to leave you for some dork, and you foresee it all in your dreams because you were right there, and you spied on their dreams. Well, that's because I'm super spiritual and powerful, and I was born with special powers. A lot of my powers are innate. I'm magic. I'm truly magic. Yeah, going off that, my brain has been affixed on things outside the box since like as early as I can remember. So I don't know. If I'm 29 right now, I'm about to be 30, so you get consciousness at 5. So that's like 25 years of experience when it comes to my perception. 25 years of experience perceiving the world a little bit differently. I can remember breaking past religion around the age of 12. In 6th grade English, they taught us a bunch of different religions, and then said also there's 1,000 more with all their own fucking rules. And I was like, well, what the hell, dude? I grew up only getting exposed to one religion, and there's a lot of them depending on where you live. Like, logically speaking, that's pretty fucked up. Wasn't fucking cool to dip my head in the baptism water when, like, maybe Buddha was more my vibe, you dick. Fucking assholes. Why would you do that? Huh? Why the hell would you indoctrinate a child into a religion when there's thousands of different religions, and it really just depends on geographical location where you're spawned into is what religion. You'll just grow up believing what they believe, just like your system. How do you not see that is not like your faith in the, we gotta have faith because God, what is the fuck is God? He didn't answer your prayers again. And all the time you spent, God, give me, help me. You could have been doing X, Y's, and Z's and just been doing it yourself. You just could have been the God of your own reality and been focused on pulling the strings instead of your own bullshit or your own meh. Everyone's on their own meh. And you start focusing on other people. You start drawing in the good energy. Somebody yelled down there. I hope they didn't threaten me because if somebody says shut up or you're fucking dead, that person is gonna, if that was targeted at me, I'm gonna go down there, kick down your door and say, well, do I look alive? Because I look alive right now. I mean, if we're asking to look alive, and then I'm gonna proceed to fucking just leg kick you in the side really fucking hard and make you go down like a bitch. And I'm gonna come on everybody because I'm weird. Sorry. See, I'm pissed. I'm just, yeah, just around. There's just the sheep are getting in my way sometimes. And kind of deflecting, you know? Um, like I need more isolation plays. Where it's just me one on one against the defender. I got everybody calling for the ball and that kind of shit, you know? Not like that. Like just it's really just traffic. Traffic has really been weighing on me, especially this time of year. It gets real tough. I've been trying to smoke less weed. It's kind of difficult. Um, yeah, dude, Hindu. We had a Hindu test, you know, in this class we had to learn all the different religions. And not that one or the other swayed me out of Christianity, it was just the general concept of like um I think maybe I should have been introduced to some stuff before you started like dude, they shake you up. Like, you believe in God, right? You know that God does everything for you, right? You know that all this is because of God, right? Like, you know Jesus died for your sins. Dude, you're not telling me that in zero we made time first off because these religious assholes. But whenever they decide to start indoctrinating Christianity with the Bible and making the story of Jesus, I just don't think a guy that would be crucified to a I don't see how he died for our sins just because he crucified himself. A lot of people make just as tough sacrifices as Jesus Christ did. That's like realistic. And he was like superhuman anyway, so he might not even felt pain, you idiots. He was a superhuman. He could turn water to wine. You think he couldn't turn his pain receptors off, you dumb bastards? You can't spew a bunch of illogical shit like that. It's not good at all for you and anybody. No one. I've never met anybody that's religious that also doesn't like get pissy about shit and caught up on small details of shit. Like, oh my god, you have it like, you don't have enough fun. You haven't watched enough dirty stuff or something. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell the older generations. They just seem so afraid. Sometimes. I don't know. I see fear. I think I'm imposing, though. I'm a little scary. But in a sexy way, so it's even scarier. But yeah, I don't know. I already had these burning questions about my own views about the church. I always did. So it was cool to kind of see what was out there. And I don't know if this had anything to do with it. But the teacher, man, Miss Clayton. Miss Clayton was like the first. I mean, this is sixth grade, so you know things are starting to click, and this was a woman that I fell in love with. Okay, and I was in her class that year, and it was good. I think they kind of did like half years, and then you switched teachers. And she told us about this story too with the her friend's son would keep making up these stories that he had a certain name in a past life, And he'd be blurting out addresses and names and stuff that happened. And finally, they're like, "This is fucking ridiculous. We need to go like check this out." He said like I was in a past life, and it's like a single mom, so I was sent here to protect you or something. Like I died when I was 40 in my past life, and God said I have a different plan for you. Which now looking back, that's kind of like fucked. Maybe the kid was just a little skewed, but like maybe he had the right idea. But to know the information, but like, what do you mean? Like, oh, I had a wife and kids. Well, bro, you had a wife and kids, and God's gonna take you from your wife and kids to protect a single mom who probably did something hoey to end that. This is why the relationship ended. Like, let's just nail it down. Um, from what I experience, God is not nice to hoes. They suffer really bad. They're angry people. Promiscuous women that treat their sex life as like this pleasure thing, but also this thing that they like to shield from some people and then give it out to scummy people. It's like, yeah, that's fun for you. But there's a reason you only like scummy people. It's because you're scummy and you feel that way about yourself. So you just want someone to validate that, which is just gets beyond weird. And that ends up being like 30% of women, and it's just bad. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just annoyed. Um, you should be annoyed though. If you're not annoyed, then you probably haven't. You've gotten really fucking lucky to meet some good ones, and you don't know what it's like to tangle with these idiot women that don't have any clue about what it really means to be a human being in these modern times. They're lost. They don't really. They're scared of having kids. That's hardcore to make babies though. That's pretty tough. It's like a sign of toughness that a woman could want to do that. Respect to my BM. Respect. Also, I just don't. It's just a gray area at this point. I don't know what to think. Somebody's got to put some cards on the fucking table. You feel? See what I'm saying? That's why. Because all my kitties love me. Oh my god! Look at you. She just looks at me like I'm the greatest thing ever. With such loving eyes and pure heart. I did have to rub her face in her own pee-pee the other day, but she peed on an electrical outlet and light switch. And I'm getting ready in the morning, and the fucking thing like sparks, like it's like burning because she pissed on it. You don't put piss in an outlet, so yeah, I rubbed her face on it, but gently. I wouldn't hurt Kitty, but we psychologically will torment you if you pee on things. I got you some puppy pads. Maybe that will work. I don't know. They were in the dollar section. So maybe you can pee in the puppy pads until you figure out. I gotta get her some unscented litter. This cat doesn't like good scents, which pisses me off because some of them litters actually smell pretty fucking good and they don't stink. You won't smell shit. But this cat's been peeing everywhere, so it ends up smelling. You're so precious. Yeah, I'm from the Memphis. Dude, I just get micro frustrated. I don't know. I'm a little irritable. Maybe I've been smoking too much bud, but I don't think that's why. But life is giving me blessings, it's still good. There's a lot of blessings going around. So I'm not really upset. I'm more of upset with myself for not framing things better with this issue I'm having of people from the past not admiring me as much as people do in the modern times, but they haven't really been introduced yet to the new version of me. And that can probably be a lot because I'm just gassed up. Like, I'm not on no dumb nonsense shit. And I, like, know how to shut up, I guess. I get a lot of shit out of my podcast. So I don't need to, like, get things out to people. I can be tactical when I talk to people. Give them what they want to hear, which is cool. Like, I do that, like, I don't lie or make up shit. I just give somebody, I do the mental computing on what someone's character is and what they like or whatever, and I give them the best of myself that fits that. That's what everyone should do. But yeah, one of the problems I always had with the Christianity growing up. I don't think it clearly defined or answered why we are here and what we are here to do. Like, there's the whole love of thy neighbor type shit. Like, you know, spread love and cheer, do your job, have a function, do right by people. And I tried to do right by people, but if they drive too slow, I just at this point have to get pissed. If it's egregious, okay, and I get it, it's Christmas time. So while you're out on your little fucking stroll with your dimwit girlfriend you met on Tinder, whoever this person is I yelled at, there's people going there that clean a cotton candy machine that didn't know the mall doesn't close till fucking 10 today. Thought the mall closed at 8 p.m. and got there 18 minutes late for closing so that I would make sure that I could just go in there and get the shit done and there wouldn't be people in my way. And then it's loaded with people and I'm looking around like, what the fuck? This looks like noon on a Saturday. What is going on? And then I realize I look at the holiday schedule. It's open until 10 p.m. And it's like, well, that's my fault for not knowing the holiday schedule. Look at me. And I blame myself and I got mad. And then I went and tried to leave and be happier. And then someone drove really slow. And they were probably just out having a nice night, maybe on a date. And I probably ruined it a little bit, but you know what? I wasn't going to get mad for the driving slow, as that he came in that right lane all the way up and then finally at the end decides he wants to go over the left lane and barely leaves me. Ugh. So this is what, you know, but I've been see what happens. I've had been negative a little bit too much during the day. Not that I was negative, you know. I'm only negative a little bit each day, but I want to get rid of that. But anyways, there's more important things, right? There's always more important shit than bullshit and how people perceive you. Especially when people around you are already perceiving you good and you don't really have to worry about flexing on your exes. It's not... Because you can... Why, if you really are the person that's like that and can flex on these hoes out and about and be big stunting and be big glow, then yeah, that's your existence, and the nature of your reality is you're just here to experience that shit. But you don't need to worry about what anybody from your past thinks, because that's the past. But anyways, we're going to have a quick pause so I can do a dab and get the, we're going to do some more shit. I need to actually read my shit. Just so donkey brained and unfocused, you guys. It's so hard. It's so hard. Like, everything I do, I work so hard, and like not really many people know. Like, I don't really tell people. No one will believe it. That like, okay, I got off on my full-time job, went home, got myself brain as straight as I could to work on these shorts, made some shorts that who knows could be my next viral clip, whatever. And I drive out to the mall, go do the fucking cotton candy, and it's all that shit. And I come back here and get my shit together, do another short, hop on the stream. It's 10 o'clock. Gotta wake up pretty early tomorrow. Like, none of this makes sense. I shouldn't be able to produce things and be talkative right now. But I'll have to go to bed till midnight because I'm fucking hard as fuck. I gotta go in early tomorrow at 7 a.m. to work. And it's the morning that I have to do the cotton candy machine too. But that actually makes me happier than... Actually makes me fucking literally happy. Thank you. I'd rather deal with the suffering and actually go live that hardcore life and have that self-validation that I'm throwing the kitchen sink at it. And whether anybody knows about that, hears about that, sees that, appreciates the grind set. It's not even hard work anymore. It's max the fuck out. I don't work hard. I max shit out. I squeeze every thing out of it, and then I just pour a bunch of kratom and gasoline on the rag and light it on fire, and it lights up again. And I squeeze it again. I'm just on fire. Dun 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 dun. And then burn, burn, burn at the ring of fire, at the ring of fire. Yo, I'm a pump. Get fucked up. Yo, we got that butane. Got that butane. Butane. Couple bitches over here. That wax got them going insane. Up in the brain. She give me sloppy toppy. And the brain is insane. She compliments me on my gold chain. I'm at the strip club with the money gun making it rain. I'll show my dick on the internet to get clout, get fame. All these other podcasters, I put them to shame. All these fucking sheep pussies, and Joe Rogan is to blame. I don't need to get laid because I can trust Jane. I was walking all through the club and the bitches like, dang. I'm a freaky vampire boy like I got a fang. I put the orange juice in the molly, it's got a nice tang. I'll show you how to think and how to frame. 'Cause we're gonna grow ourselves and flex on all the lames. I can freestyle actually, you guys. That was legit. I came up with that on the fly. And I wasn't even being serious either. That's just, I could be serious and like, yo, I'm gonna spit this fire, boy. Let me spit this fucking fire shit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm a white rapper. I'm a quacker. Fucking quacker. Fucking quacker smoking pot, setting off my fucking fire alarm. Fucking quacker. Quacker. Look at that fucking white cracker. Ka-chaw! Oh, I haven't. Oh, my bell's all messed up. There we go. Alright. One is the loneliest loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two people is more fun to have sex with than one, but it's the loneliest number that you'll ever do. 'Cause Eiffel Tower is really not that gay. 'Cause Eiffel Tower is really not that gay. What do you think about it? Eiffel Tower doesn't really have to be gay. Gay, gay, gay. Sorry. I'm MD. Mentally disabled. Literally. There's a court document that says I am not to drink alcohol. I have to take my Seroquel pill or I won't go to sleep for 3 days. I'm hypersexual, and if I don't beat off every day, I'll get really mad. Ha 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 ha. No, seriously, that's all. Fried Bryan 101, big trust. All right. There you go. Big trust. Oh yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops! Whoa, whoa. Well, I guess I don't want to bring up the meaning of life and not like talk about it. It's simply to experience it, and whatever is best vibe for your soul and your mind, and whatever you've been through, you're supposed to experience and live it out in some way, somehow. Just do it. Just get through it for as long as you can, and be survived. Live. Have some offspring. That's about it. Just literally, it's just experience what you want to experience. That's out there, and you gotta suffer too. You gotta suffer. Suffering is part of the experience. You know, it's to experience parody. Essentially, to experience love, hate, good and bad, and evil, and demons and angels, dick and balls. You know, all this good stuff. I'm coming. Let's get this shit on the road. I apologize for the long pause there. That is not like me. I will have to edit that out. I promise one day, somehow, somewhere. You guys ready for this? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. You guys want to know something, dude? You want to basically, this is basically what this does for a man. This comes with actually, literally you get it like this. There you go. Nice and clean. They've needed to be washed a few times. Yeah. No, but seriously, women seem to like that. They seem to like the forklift, blue collar types. And then when that looks like me, someone that looks like me is actually kind of like hardcore and like runs in the cold and is like tough as a man and tough as a parent, like a good parent, very loving parent, very diverse and exciting and dynamic personality. Yeah, dude. I throw the forklift in with that. And I'm forklift certified. I've done mortgages, I've done insurance, but nothing could be more important than this shit. Mortgages, you're a mortgage refinance banker, and the woman I would want would think you're a fucking square. You're an insurance agent, which I used to be with these things. But guess what? The woman I want would think you're a fucking square. Unless you have a lot of swag like me. Unless you were literally me. When I pulled it off, I can pull it off. But that's because I have swag. And that's because I shit talk. Like, yeah, it's kind of gay. They're not paying me enough. There you go. See, it wasn't the money. It's the fact that I was a real one. Well, I bring this up, though, because it has some actual good knowledge in it. I was shocked. As a high-level knowledge guy myself, physically, mentally, and spiritually, every moment of my day is a moment to potentially add to my journey, spiritually, physically, or mentally, right? That's what we want to do. We want to grow. We want to experience new things. And, you know, life is kind of full of, if you look around you, and you won't find them on the internet. The internet's a little shitty. It's a little too much. It's where you get it from, but for the most part, you really want that good soul etching information. It's in the words and of people around you, as well as like literature, physical literature, like books and shit. There's something about it. So you gotta pay attention when you can to that kind of shit, dude. I was at my grandma's nursing home or assisted living, and they don't. It's like the retard term. You don't want to say nursing home anymore. That's like calling a retard. But they used to put it on the side of buses. It used to be a nursing home. Now it's assisted living. It's like a senior. And I want to look through the rule books. You know what they say. But what they say is never really vindictive of this situation. But yeah, anyways, they say whatever, let's move on. I need to fucking get focused with this shit. I have donkey brains. Let's smoke a black and mild. This is just a black and mild. It doesn't replicate or... It's tobacco. I'm allowed to do this on the camera. Don't be a bitch, anybody. Oh, fuck. Did that have the company on it? Well, fucking, it's a podcast. No one fucking watches. If I was a big time streamer, that would have been bad. I would have doxed myself. And this is just, that's not the actual company I work for anyways. Oh, shit. I got weed on it too now. I can keep this. I get to keep this. This is for me. Oh, yeah. Dude, I get a girl over here, leave this laying out. Yeah, buddy. But, oh man, this bitch is falling apart, dude. I need a stapler. A stapler? And yeah, my red stapler. See, I don't have the gas. I don't feel as gassed up today. I don't know. I'm innocent, dude. I've never done anything. Okay, this is good. This is, it's called A Fatal Assumption by Carmen H. spec. And these are exciting words, I would say. An assumption reflects one taking for granted that another person has exercised efforts to control one's being or exerted a positive force. And I'll explain this in layman terms, because sometimes these nerds just don't really spin it right, you know? No, seriously though. Basically what they're saying is like, when you assume something about someone, when you look at something and just based off something you've experienced in the past or data, you just assume something about them. One way or the other, good or bad. You're not really realizing that they may have exercised a lot of effort and work to control their being, and they could have be exerting a very positive force for all you know. So it says millions of people make assumptions daily that are not accurate and therefore result in costly losses or reflect injury or fatal happenings. When a person makes an assumption, he and she is really taking for granted that efforts have been made to do what is necessary. So you can't think that people are bad right away. You can't profile people or think something about people just because you see one detail about them and make assumptions. That's what gets you into all the sheep stuff. It says Webster Dictionary defines assumptions as taking for granted or to assume. So you're taking for granted information that you don't know about when you assume stuff about people. Now this is in the context of safety, which for most people usually is not an everyday priority. You're not super concerned with your safety. You have a safe environment, a safe house, a safe neighborhood. You're not too worried. You're not like making precautions every day, setting up fucking like it's Nazi zombies and they're breaking through the barrier. You're not fixing your barriers every day. You feel me? But yeah, a lot of people make assumptions about your safety. But 95% of what we identify as accidents where people are injured or killed are the result of 8 basic circumstances which result in mental preoccupation. You cannot make a rational, safe decision when you need to the most. We assume these natural human tendencies are under control. So we make the assumption. You can't just assume positive things either, right? You can't assume negative or positive things. You have to let someone show you or something. You know what, dude? I'm starting to think this is kind of stupid because, like... yeah, no. Well, I guess once someone does something fucky, that's when you're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Well, like if, somebody got to work in the morning, so you assume they're not hammered. But they could be. Everybody's secretly hammered. You don't know it. But yeah, anyway, so we have these tendencies that we're supposed to have under control throughout the day. That's really the most important part, I think, of this. I get what this. I get how this ties into forklifting. I do understand that. And I'm going to do my best. Okay. Anger daydreaming, distractions, frustrations, fatigue, stress fatigue syndrome, alcohol, and drugs. Let me let you take a look at that. Anger, daydreaming, distractions, frustration, fatigue, stress fatigue syndrome, alcohol, and drugs. See, we assume that people have these under control, but do we? I don't think so, right? I would assume that people would say, hey, he's got a nose ring and a pep in his step. He probably smokes weed or drugs. He's no people. Well, see, old people or people that are in weed culture, they don't realize that, like, dude, they don't realize that the possibility of somebody being murked and complete undercover, no idea, nobody would know, nobody would even question or think of it unless they smelled. So, yeah. No, I don't try to avoid that. You know, you don't want to just live your whole life baked. But a couple hits off of something that's like chill for someone could also be like nuke town for someone who doesn't smoke. But they signed a bill to classify it as medical, so it's basically like taking my booth. Now, you don't want to be intoxicated. But at a certain point, you're just toxicated. You're not intoxicated. You're normally, you have to be like that. Or else you actually literally function better and focus better and do better. Potentially, with some people, potentially could be doing that. I'm not saying it's me or not. But yeah, then it talks about like stress syndrome and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what was the thought I was supposed to come back to, man. I'm all over the place on this shit. See what being unfocused does to you, dude? I don't know. I gotta relax and not squeeze too much out of myself. Alright. I was gonna try to, like, make a bomb second half. But I gotta preserve my energy for the haul and my mental health. So I thus must retire from this episode. But I'll be back with more. Get away, get away. Okay.